Israel's continued to bomb Gaza overnight into Sunday morning. In the north, a strike in Jabalia refugee camp destroyed a sixth-floor building, killing at least 40 people. In the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza, at least 6 people were killed and several others were injured. Authorities are warning that diseases are spreading faster because of the catastrophic conditions. There was also a huge explosion in the Strip in the early hours of Sunday. The sky above Gaza was briefly lit up by the blast. Israeli forces have attacked Gaza for more than a year now, killing more than 44,000 Palestinians. Hind Khoudary is joining us live from Deir el-Balah. Hind, I want to start with a story that we're getting some lines on. You were talking to us about it in the last hour or so. 2 Palestinians from Gaza apparently have died in Israeli captivity.
Well, yes, Muhammad Idris, 35 years old, and Muad Rayyan, 31 years old, died in Israeli jails, and they were detained and arrested in the Gaza Strip, and according to their families, they were kidnapped by the Israeli forces. And these are not the only 2 Palestinian prisoners that are dying in the Israeli prisoners every single month, but we also know that there are thousands of Palestinians still missing, where their families are appealing and are calling us every single day asking about their sons, their daughters, the ones who were kidnapped and arrested by the Israeli forces. We also meet Palestinian mothers every single day asking where could they report on their missing children and their missing sons and daughters, but also the fact that there is no way to know where these Palestinians were, where they are, in which jails, and even those who died today, we do not know what is the reason behind their death. We do not know if it was the lack of medical treatment or the lack of food or the threatening or the beating up that they were took under, because we met a lot of freed prisoners, the ones who were kidnapped from the Gaza city and the northern Gaza, and we heard horrifying testimonies from those prisoners saying that they were beaten up, they were deprived from food, they were deprived from bathrooms, and they were also deprived from medicine and medical treatment.
And Hind, we've just been mentioning the strike in Jabalia refugee camp, which destroyed a 6th-floor building. We also talked about strikes in Nuseirat refugee camp. We can't forget, of course, the Israeli bombardment continues.
It definitely continues, and especially those in the northern parts of the Gaza Strip, where our colleague Muad told us that the artillery shelling did not stop in Jabalia, Beit Lahi, and especially surrounding the Kamal Idwan hospital, and it's the only facility operating in the northern parts of the Gaza Strip. Let me remind you that those areas have been under a strict blockade for more than 50 days. The Israeli forces are not allowing any food, water, medicine, or medical supplies. And not only that, the fact that there is also no medical teams or ambulances or even civil defense teams. So those that were targeted last night in Jabalia, where 40 Palestinians were killed, we're talking about a 6-story building that was full of displaced Palestinians. According to locals and eyewitnesses in that area, those are the Palestinians that they were able to find. But imagine how many people are still trapped under the rubble. Also, there are houses that have been targeted, just like Al-Araj family, but no one could reach that area because there are quadcopters chasing Palestinians, and especially those Palestinians that are trying to help. Whoever goes and tries to rescue other Palestinians or try to dig under the rubble is being shot by Israeli quadcopters. And there's a lot of Palestinians that no one could reach. They died bleeding on the ground without any rescue. And even those who are trapped under the rubble, there's no way anyone could retrieve them because there is no civil defense teams. And there has been a lot of calls and appeals from people to the ICRC, NGOs, and UN agencies calling them to escape, calling them that there are people trapped under the rubble, and they're also calling them to deliver food and water. But it's not only this situation in the northern Gaza Strip, but even here in the central area, the situation is deteriorating. According to a health official, he just mentioned that there's a disease outbreak among Palestinians in the central area, and especially those who are living in makeshift tents. So the situation is catastrophic on all levels in different areas across the Gaza Strip.
Hind, thank you very much. Hind Khoudary in Deir el-Balah.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.